We're speeding toward the coast of Spain in 1493, where an Atlantic Ocean traveler is lost at sea. The folks who financed his trip are mucho worried, so you'd better try to find out what's causing the delay. Charting unknown waters is Rock Solid's specialty, so he'll come along as your good guide. Good luck, Detective. I sure hope you don't get seasick.
In the year 1493. That must be Queen Isabella right over there. You know, Isabella earned a place in history by supporting the explorations of Christopher Columbus. But at the moment, the Senora looks royally upset.
Disaster! Columbus has not returned from his voyage to China. I can only guess that he has been lost at sea. My advisors warned me that his plan would sink.
Hey, it sounds like one of Carmen's crooks has put a crimp in Columbus's plans. Let's talk with the Queen and see what we can do.
Greetings. You are welcome in the royal court of Spain, although you've come at an unhappy time. I am Isabella, Queen of Spain and ruler of Castile and Aragon. My husband Ferdinand and I made this a great nation. By uniting many warring groups in the country, we created the powerful United Kingdom of Spain. Christopher Columbus sailed away 8 months ago to find a westward route to China, but he has not returned. I fear his decision to sail west was not the best. If Columbus is safe and sound, he must be found. He sailed west, so you must too, to find him. You may take this ocean map for the westward journey. Most sailors reach China by sailing around Africa and heading east. Columbus insisted that since the world is round, he could reach China faster by sailing west instead. I'm searching for the fastest trade route to China. Marco Polo indeed. His route runs across land and takes far too long. A sea route to China will be faster, and ships can carry more goods than camels. The Portuguese already have an eastward sea route, so I hope to find a faster way to the west. Avoid the winds to the north. We call them the westerlies because they blow from the west and push sailing ships eastward back to Europe. Try heading south, where you may find more favorable winds.
The first world maps were drawn by an ancient Greek named Ptolemy. Although his maps were completely wrong, people believed in his work up until the 15th century. The first European to sail around the southern tip of Africa was Bartholomew Diaz. His discovery opened up the eastern sea lanes to China and forced Columbus to postpone his plans. Say, this map seems related to the voyages of Diego Gomez, the Portuguese captain who coasted down the coast of Africa. Diego's voyage gave Portugal an exploration edge over Spain. For a while, anyway.
This porcelain cup was imported from China. The pesky Portuguese have been vying with Spain for the fastest sea route to China. Spain will find it first, and when we do, our cups will runneth over.
Ask away, matey. She wants us to set sail in search of Columbus. Let's head to the port. Columbus wasn't the first to suggest sailing west to reach Asia. An Italian named Paolo Toscanelli had proposed such a voyage before Columbus ever approached the court of Spain.
Good luck crossing the vast ocean. May the wind and current be always at your back.
We're almost ready to cast off. But first, let's learn to navigate. Use the mast to adjust the sail. When the sail is open, we'll blow with the wind. But when the sail is closed, we'll drift with the current instead. When you're ready, ring the ship's bell to start moving. You've found a message in a bottle, and it looks like part of Carmen's note. Keep this up and we'll have Carmen bottled up tight soon enough. Smooth move. The compass says we're now pointing west. Let's observe the wind and the current. The wind is heading west, and the current is going east. Columbus is somewhere to the west, so the wind looks like our best bet. Ring that bell and anchors away. Aye, aye, Captain. The sail is open, so westward blowing will now be going. Hold on to your hat. Good sailing, Captain. The helm is at your command. Remember, keep a close eye on the wind and current conditions and adjust the sail to keep us heading towards Columbus. We're now pointing to the south. Nice exposure. That's a great view to the south. Nice exposure. That's a great view to the south. Nice navigating. Now we're aiming east. Our ship is now nosing due north. Nice exposure. That's a great view to the south. The compass is needling north, and we're matching it. We're now pointing to the south. Nice exposure. That's a great view to the south. At your behest, we're now pointing west. Nice exposure. That's a great view to the south. Our ship is now nosing due north. Nice exposure. That's a great view to the south. After that move, we're now easing eastward. We're now aiming toward the wild, wild west. Our ship is now nosing due north. The compass is needling north, and we're matching it. Nice navigating. Now we're aiming east. The compass is needling north, and we're matching it. Our ship is now nosing due north. The compass is needling north, and we're matching it. At your behest, we're now pointing west. Nice navigating. Now we're aiming east. We're now aiming toward the wild, wild west. Nice exposure. That's a great view to the south. At your behest, we're now pointing west. At your behest, we're now pointing west. We're now aiming toward the wild, wild west. We're now pointing to the south. After that move, we're now easing eastward. We're now pointing to the south. We're now pointing to the south. Woo-ha! We've found the tropical trade winds, also called the easterlies. These winds coming from the east will help us sail westward in no time. Nice exposure. That's a great view to the south. Our ship is now nosing due north. Woo-ha! We've found the tropical trade winds, also called the easterlies. These winds coming from the east will help us sail westward in no time. We're now pointing to the south. At your behest, we're now pointing west. Nice exposure. That's a great view to the south. We're now aiming toward the wild, wild west. Nice exposure. That's a great view to the south. After that move, we're now easing eastward. After that move, we're now easing eastward.
Don't forget to like and subscribe, and follow Dan on social media. You can find all the links in the description below.
Our ship is now nosing due north. We're now pointing to the south. The compass is needling north, and we're matching it. Nice navigating. Now we're aiming east. We're now aiming toward the wild, wild west. Nice exposure. That's a great view to the south. The compass is needling north, and we're matching it. Nice navigating. Now we're aiming east. The compass is needling north, and we're matching it. We're now pointing to the south. We're now aiming toward the wild, wild west. Land ho! But we have to head north to reach the West Indies where Columbus is stranded. There's land ahead, but if we want to find Columbus, we should head south to reach the West Indies. Nice navigating. Now we're aiming east. We're now pointing to the south. We're now aiming toward the wild, wild west. All right, we've reached the West Indies. Let's hit the beach and look for Columbus. Say, I think we've made a discovery of our own. We've found Captain Christopher Columbus.
Gentlemen, I assure you I have everything under control. After all, I'm Christopher Columbus. I'll find a way home.
This scene feels sort of familiar, eh, fellow Norseman? But a bunch of sailors arguing on a beach doesn't mean a thing.
Oh, my charts. I'm getting island fever without them. How I long to see again the noble plains of Spain. The ocean charts I created on my westward voyage was stolen, and now my men are making waves. They refuse to sail back across the sea without a good map for navigation. A grubby-looking thief wormed his way on board, posing as one of my crew, and hooked my charts. Then he sailed off with one of my ships, the Pinta. My sailors are a suspicious lot. They won't set sail until they see the charts that prove I know the way home. Why, I am Christopher Columbus. I'm a brave explorer who just discovered the fabulous in the westward route to this place, China. Of course this is China. I sailed directly west from Spain to get here. And everyone knows that there's no other land between Spain and China. I'd prove it to you, except someone stole my charts from that sea chest. What's this? Whoever stole my charts left behind a strange scrap of paper. Hardly a fair trade.
Say, that's a piece of the Carmen note. The thief must have dropped it in the chest when he stole Columbus's charts.
Please, don't rile up my anxious crew. You'd think they'd love being trapped in paradise. But instead, they just want to get home to Spain.
It looks like Columbus left his sea chest open. No wonder Carmen's crony had such luck here.
We meet again. Forgive me if I seem upset, but my stolen charts are still missing. Interesting theory. I could check your ID against my charts if they hadn't been stolen. A fine ship, isn't she? That's the Nina, my favorite ship.
These ships were armed with two types of cannon, large bombardas and smaller espingardas, which fired granite balls and lead shot. Ouch!
A fine ship, isn't she? That's the Nina, my favorite ship.
What Europeans called the New World was old news to these natives, who had a thriving culture here when Columbus arrived. Looking for coconut palm trees? Don't bother. Coconut palms were actually imported by Europeans. Right now, the only palms around here are the ones on your hands. All right, the map is safely inside. Phew, that's a load off my chest.
We meet again. Forgive me if I seem upset, but my stolen charts are still missing. What's this? There's a chart in my chest. It's not the original, but it has all of the information to make an eastward sea journey. All right, men. I forgot to mention that a great explorer always carries a second map.
That was a brilliant way to get Columbus to examine our chart. Now he can head back for Spain, and we can join him. I suspect our thief plans to meet Carmen at a time portal in Europe, and we'll be there. It's good to be aboard ship again. Shall we take another look at our chart? Don't worry, we're stocked with plantains from the islands of the West Indies. I find them quite appealing. After that move, we're now easing eastward. Our ship is now nosing due north. After that move, we're now easing eastward. The compass is needling north, and we're matching it. compass is needling north, and we're matching it. Nice navigating. Now we're aiming east. After that move, we're now easing eastward. After that move, we're now easing eastward. We're now pointing to the south. We're now aiming toward the wild, wild west. Nice exposure. That's a great view to the south. We're now aiming toward the wild, wild west. Nice navigating. Now we're aiming east. Nice navigating. Now we're aiming east. Our ship is now nosing due north. After that move, we're now easing eastward. The compass is needling north, and we're matching it. Nice navigating. Now we're aiming east. Nice navigating. Now we're aiming east. We're now pointing to the south. After that move, we're now easing eastward. Nice navigating. Now we're aiming east. The compass is needling north, and we're matching it. The compass is needling north, and we're matching it. Our ship is now nosing due north. Ah, we're back in Europe at last. Let's hurry back to Spain and hook that crook.
Columbus, you've returned. We thought the sea had swallowed you up.
The sea is no match for Christopher Columbus. I made many great discoveries on my voyage, and I could not have returned without the aid of these helpful travelers. But now, Your Majesty, let's turn to that new title and those grand rewards we discussed.
I have a better idea. Let's outfit some more ships and send you back.
Mamma mia!
Great grab! That completes the Carmen note. Hang on, I'll fire up the time cuffs for some arresting action. Eureka! That's a map of the New World. The only map which shows the American continents. It's the one from Carmen's note. Dr. Belljar. And this time our case is airtight.
Well, you've taken the wind out of this doctor's sail. But I doubt if you'll put Carmen in jail.
Congratulations! You charted the way across the Atlantic, rescued Christopher Columbus, and put Dr. Belljar back in the can. Now, regular travel between Europe and the Americas can start. The biggest population shift in the history of the planet will happen thanks to your sailing skills.
Don't forget to like and subscribe, and follow Dan on social media. You can find all the links in the description below.